Michael Baker here. Just for the people that don't know, my name is Michael Baker, and I'm riding my bicycle from Johnstown, Ohio, to Niagara Falls, and then on to Connecticut. I don't even know where to begin in this blog, and I, I hope that I'm able to post it because of how long it's gonna be. But let me just start off by saying, praise the God that we serve, because through him, let me just read you something that Tom told me to memorize, which I haven't memorized it yet 100%. It's Philippians 4:20, and it goes somewhere along the lines of you can do all things through him who strengthens you. Um, I read that yesterday. Probably not even going to be able to find it because I don't know my Bible books too good yet. Um, Anyways, you can look it up. It's Philippians 4:20. Um, Let me just start off with the beginning of the day. I don't know if you guys can see where I'm at right now. You can see like a little drapes, a curtain behind me. It's a little bit of an upgrade from my tent. Um, so I'm gonna tell you the story first before I show you where I'm at right now. I'm riding today. I get up early in the morning, like not real too early. I ended up leaving at like 8 o'clock, which you guys saw in my other video. And I told myself today I'm not gonna listen to my music on my iPod, and I'm going to try to think about God the whole trip and see how much ground I can cover and see how positive I stay and how motivated I stay without listening to music, because music helps you lose track of time so that when you're riding, you're not paying attention to, every second. And so, just so you know, I covered probably about 60, probably right around 60 miles today. And I just had it in my mind. I wanted to hit that 160-mile marker because I have it marked on my directions. And I just wanted to get there. And probably like, I don't know, like, let's just say it was probably like 6 miles ago on my trip that it started getting late. It was like 6 o'clock p.m. and I didn't want it to get too late because I didn't want to have to knock on anybody's door, and I didn't know where I was gonna stay. So I was riding, and this is right before I hit the 160-mile marker, and I see this old man outside, and he's working in his garden or something like that. And so I pull in his driveway and I ask him, hey, how's it going? And he can barely hear me because he's kind of far back. And so he comes up, and I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm riding my bike from Johnstown, Ohio to Connecticut, and I was wondering if you mind if I tent up in your yard for a night. And he said, well, you probably want to go down the road because there's a park down there that you could camp at. And so he kind of like, he didn't really say no, but he kind of like pushed it off like, no, you probably want to go down there. So that kind of discouraged me. And so I was just like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to keep riding. And I made a left right after his road. I didn't go to the park because my directions took me to a different place. So I'm driving down the road, and I see another guy outside, and he's working on his truck. So I pull in his driveway, and these dogs come running up, barking real loud, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And he comes up, and I tell him my story, and I'm like, hey, I was wondering if you mind if I camp out at your property. And he's like, well, probably not a good idea because my dogs, they'll be barking all night. I got some hound dogs in the back, and, they'll keep me up all night, and it's probably not a good idea. So I was like, all right, I told him thanks anyways, and I just left. And so then I'm riding, and I'm just, so many things are going on in my mind. I'm like, I want to shower because I'm dirty, and the people behind, or the last place I stopped, I told you guys that he offered me a shower, but it was at a bicycle shop, so it's kind of weird. And I'm just riding down the road, and I'm like, okay, you know what? The next person I see, this is what I said to myself. The next person, who cares anymore? I'm going to turn out and be ruthless now. I said, the next person I see, I'm just going to straight up ask him, do you believe in God? That's the first thing I'm going to ask. And then I'll determine whether or not I'm going to ask him if I stay at their property or not. And I was saying, you know what? I was talking to God, and I said, God, if if you want me to stay somewhere, put the person in the middle of the road. I said, I'm going to be riding, and I want the person to be right in the middle of the road. So I can just, I know that that's the place I'm supposed to stay. So I'm riding, and probably 2 minutes later, I come up to this kid who is screaming out of the top of his lungs. He's got a lemonade stand at the end of his driveway, and he's holding this huge sign up, and I mean, he's absolutely screaming, and I'm like, can you believe it? Seriously, this is it. So I pull in, and I'm like, I'll take some lemonade. And I said, by the way, can you, he's a 9-year-old kid, and I said, can you get the owner of the house, please? And so they ran in and got their mom, and as one kid ran in and got his mom, the other kid was there, and he was like, yeah, just curious, why you asking for the owner? And I'm like, well, I've been riding my bike, and I've been asking people if I can tent up in their yard for the night. And he said, oh, yeah, she probably won't care, and she actually, and this is the kid telling me, she actually is into biking, and she was actually wanting to do a trip around the U.S. And it's like, are you serious? Like, I stopped at this house, and so then she comes out, introduces herself, and I tell her my story, and she's like, oh yeah. And and as I pull into the house, I'll just show you real quick. The kid was putting this down. Which is an RV. One of those little pop-up RVs. And so the kids got it all packed up, and mom's like, oh, we'll set this up for you. You can sleep in here. And I'm like, he just got done putting it away, and he reeled it back up. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen these things, but they're those ones that are just small trailers, and they're like real thin, and they take a lot of work to set up. I mean, he had to reel it up. He had to put supports under both beds. There's a bed over there. There's a bed over there. He set me up a dinner room table, and I wanted my cell phone to be charged because my solar panel thing wasn't charging fast enough. So you know what? He offered me power. And I mean, come on, seriously, like, so many things have been set up so perfect. She said, yo, you can come in, you can shower, and she just bought this new blender. I don't know the name of it, but it's the ones that the cup actually is the thing that you put on the blender. It's like a shake something. And she's like, I just got it the other day, and I just bought whey protein. I got chocolate. Do you want a protein shake? And I'm like, yeah, why not? She's like, I'll feed you dinner. We're cooking, and just praise God. It's just so amazing to see. I mean, I was getting down. The last two people said no. I was on this road, and I was like, I don't know how far I'm gonna get. I was thinking about even just tenting up in like just the woods somewhere, like some random spot. And then I pull in, and God just shows me everything. They give me a shower, and it's just perfect. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. So I just want to show you guys that God is sweet, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's praying for me daily, because without prayer and without God, this is not possible. What I'm doing is not possible. I mean, there's so much evil in the world, okay? There's so much evil out there. And it's not by chance that I decided to ride my bike to Connecticut, and that by chance the two of the three places I stopped fed me dinner and were homes. So out of homes, well, okay, so the two people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, can you believe 2 out of 3 days I've been staying and eating, and I got a shower, so I got new clothes on. And I just want to let you guys know that it's so amazing. And it doesn't get better than this. It does not. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope I can put it on the internet.